Hello everyone, my name is Manjunath. I teach Public Administration Optional at IAS. It's been around 2 weeks since UPSC conducted preliminary exam. It's better you start focusing on your mains preparation now. Now, if you have gone through the marks of the recent toppers, you would have realized that those who have got more than 300 plus in optionals or at least 280 plus in optional, they have a very high chance of getting into the top 100 ranks. However, the preparation for optionals need a little more different approach compared to the GS. Now, if you have given mains, you would have realized that you cannot get hold on the optionals in 1 or 2 weeks unlike GS papers. It needs a constant preparation because you need to get a lot of hold on it. As UPSC says, it is expecting or the questions will be of more than a bachelor's degree level. That means it will be of the honors degree level. You can assume it is of master's degree level questions. Hence, it needs constant preparation of at least 3 to 4 hours every single day. Considering this, we are launching comprehensive public administration course for mains 2023 this year. Now, we'll be conducting this in a 3-phased approach. In the first phase, we'll be focusing on previous year questions because, as I keep telling, you take any optional for that matter, including GS for that matter, 60 to 70% of the questions will be one or other way based on the core topics which will repeat every single year. Of course, we understand that the type of the way they ask the questions will be different. Before this, let's understand that there will be different category of students who will be giving mains exam. Let's say, for example, let's take it as category A. There will be certain students who may be giving this mains for the first time with public administration optional, or few students might have given multiple mains but they may be scoring in 240s or 250s, or you may not have a consolidated note or a kind of a short note. You may not be giving mains this year because of various factors related to prelims. Then it is better you opt for comprehensive public administration course, which is a more holistic value added course. Now, as I said, in phase 1 we will be focusing on the short test, mostly based on the previous year questions. What we'll do is every day we'll give you certain daily targets, the topics to be read on that day, based on which on that day itself 2 to 3 previous questions will be posted in the Telegram channel, for which you have to write your own answer, that means answers on your own. Fine. Based on that, after every chapter we'll be conducting a short test. It will be for 125 marks. All the questions will be compulsory and we'll be conducting a discussion video also on that, so that by phase 1 you will complete the most important chapters of public administration. Let's say, for example, like if you have gone through it, so introduction chapter, administrative thought, administrative behavior, organizations, comparative public administration, development dynamics, personnel administration, public policy is where you get most of the questions from, and it is the core chapters. If you get hold on that, so in the entire paper 1 as well as paper 2 you will get a better hold. By now you would have realized all those things. And if you have seen, the questions on public policy has increased in the recent times, the questions on impact of globalization has increased, and the comparative way they ask about various thinkers, classical theory to modern organization theory or classical theory to humanistic theory, the way they make it more dynamic and macro approach, obviously you have to first have a better hold on previous year questions first. Now, after phase 1, we'll be going to the phase 2, which will be starting from, let us say, around July 10th. This course, the phase 2 will be conducted offline in Delhi. It will be around 20 days and for around 100 hours. Now, in this stage, we will follow a 3-staged approach where we will be first focusing on the conceptual clarity on the most important chapters. In addition, of course, chapters of paper 2 where students find it difficult or where you need to have a kind of short notes. That's your second stage. You will get a classroom note where you will be writing there and you will also develop a short note. Then in the third stage, we will focus on how to structure your answers based on the PYQs and few probable questions. And for optional, what I would say is you have to follow a kind of 5C approach when you write the answers. First point, you have to focus on the context of the answer. That means what is the demand of the question, and in the beginning you have to address that so that evaluator understands or gets a perception that okay, fine, you have understood the demand of the question. And in the second, of course, you have to focus on the content in the body part. Then you have to focus on the criticism part. Then you have to focus on comparison with other thinkers. Then the fifth one is contemporary. That means how is it relevant at the present time. Now you have to bring all these 5 C's or else your answer will look one-sided. In addition, of course, clarity of expression is the most important aspect. That is where you get that 0.5 to 1 mark extra in every single question. Now if you are getting in, let's say, 120s in paper 1 and 120s in paper 2. Now if you can increase that to 140s in both the papers, which will be 280s or 290s. We understand that getting 300 plus is not so easy, but there are people even in this year in public administration they have scored in 290s. Last year's few years they have scored in 300 plus also. So hence you have a very good chance, and your target should always be about 300, so that you at least get 280s to 290s. If everything goes well, of course you can get 300 plus also. Then we'll be shifting to the phase 3, which will be mostly about you have to revise what we have done in the phase 2. That means the short notes, which we have to compile it to less than 100 sheets for every paper. 100 sheets for paper 1, 100 sheets for paper 2. This is ideal. Okay, fine, we understand 20-30 sheets, it can increase. Fine, so we'll be focusing more on revision and writing tests. We'll be conducting totally 6 tests before UPSC mains, which starts on September 15th. And every test will be for 250 marks. It will be typical UPSC kind of simulation based test. Now here you have to focus on implementing what you have learned in paper in phase 2, so that you have to time management skills, the presentation and all those things. You would have realized if you have given mains that if you write journalistic answer like how you write for GS2, then obviously we'll end up getting in 120s only. So what you have to do, you have to use PubAt specific language, keywords. When you write thinkers, you can't just write Taylor, Weber or Elton Mayo, something like that. You have to mention their specific keywords. Every thinker has specific ideas. There are obviously keywords that you have to use. You have to byheart their work so that you keep mentioning them. And you have to have, like, let's say, their famous statements, or the so-and-so thinker was criticized. Let's say Weber was criticized by Philip Selznick, or let's say, for example, what did Robert Dahl had today about him, or what did Antonio Gramsci had criticism about Taylor or Weber. All these angles, Karl Marx interpretation on Max Weber, like, or bureaucracy approach overall, all these angles or all these small ideas will have a huge impact in getting that 1 mark extra, which will take you through that 300 plus. Hence, we'll also be giving 2 tests, both of paper 1 as well as paper 2, 1 each. So in that period of 5 days, so that what you do, you can call it as mains ready test, so that you at least write 1 paper, or if possible 2 papers also. You get confident about handling the optional papers, and you shift from GS mode to public administration mode, because that matters a lot. You will be in a hangover of essay and GS as you would have written it for a long time. The course will be starting from June 15th. Trust the process, plan your preparation based on PYQs and syllabus, target 300 plus, so that you will be in the top 100. Thank you.